we see the baby? I have the ultrasound pictures right here. It's so cute. You have a uterine prolapse. Hi guys, welcome back. If you are new here, click the subscribe button. Today I am doing my 17-week pregnancy update. So there is a lot that has happened this week. This is going to be an emotional one, a scary one, and an ultrasound that tells you whether it's really a boy. So let's go on to my apps like I do every week. So I'm gonna go on to Pregnancy Plus. So I'm on day 121. I am 17 weeks and 2 days today. So this is what baby looks like, and this is the scale of baby, which is crazy. Like, I can't believe that is in my stomach right now. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling huge. So definitely feeling it this pregnancy. My baby is 5.59 inches and 6.7 ounces. It's crazy. So now on to baby center. I'm not sure what size the baby is this week. Let's see. Baby is the size of a turnip. So crazy. Your baby's skeleton is changing from soft cartilage to bone. Lifeline, the umbilical cord. His lifeline to the placenta is growing strong, and thicker sweat glands are starting to develop. So that is all into that. Now on to my symptoms. So at the beginning of this week, I was having really bad diarrhea, and I think the reason was because I do have 2 prescription bottles of my thyroid pill and my nausea pill. So I do have Zofran that was prescribed to me the beginning of this pregnancy, but it really helped, and I think that I kind of got those 2 mixed up, and so I accidentally took my nausea pill instead of my thyroid pill. So what happened when I had my first thyroid episode was I had really bad diarrhea all day long, and in that week I lost 12 pounds. So I do think that that is what caused it. During that time period as well, every time I would eat or drink anything, it would cause like my stomach to freak out essentially, and like really hurt. And so it was just not fun. And I definitely think that's what happened this week, was that kind of happened again, and I forgot to take my thyroid pill, and instead I took my nausea pill. Now, after that whole thing, I have definitely separated both of those. I am not taking my nausea pill anymore. I'm actually starting to take some Unisom. I noticed that my nausea pill was actually helping me sleep at night, and I was having lots of insomnia. So after I stopped taking my nausea pill, I couldn't sleep. I was just up all night long, and so I started taking my Unisom again. Hopefully I can just get some sleep. It's definitely been working, so that's kind of how that's gone. Another thing is I've kind of been feeling weak, and like my heart will race really fast. There was one day where I just felt super weak, and I could barely walk, and my legs were like really weak, and it was really not fun. That's kind of how that went. The next thing is I was feeling anxious, and I was feeling my anxiety coming up and all of that. So I do have anxiety, and I do have anxiety attacks, and I definitely think that that was coming on one day, and so it just really sucks. And there was nothing that really caused it. Usually coffee causes it, but I didn't have any coffee. Even the day before, I didn't have any coffee, so I'm not sure what that was all about. So another thing is I was starting to feel a sharp pain in like my ovary hip area. If you guys have not been following me for very long, I do have endometriosis, and that actually causes me to actually feel when I ovulate in my ovary. So it's very, very painful in my ovary, so I can definitely feel my ovaries. When I do ovulate, my ovaries are literally like, they feel like this size, so it's not fun at all. So I definitely got this like sharp pain. It was kind of on the side of my uterus where my ovary would be, and kind of where my hip bone starts. So I'm not sure exactly what area it was actually originating from. I'm not sure, but there was definitely a sharp pain, and it's been kind of going on every couple days or so. It's not very fun. So the next thing is I'm craving a Panda Express orange chicken. One day I was just going through Pinterest, not a good idea when you're pregnant, and I saw these orange chicken and I was like, oh my gosh, I want some Panda Express orange chicken. And it was like out of nowhere. I was like, Brayden, you have to go to Panda Express and give me some orange chicken. So good. I ate the entire thing and guess what? Didn't have an attack, a gallbladder attack. But that was delicious. That was one of my favorite cravings this entire pregnancy. So another thing is I've been fatigued. This pregnancy, this first trimester, I was really fatigued. And it kind of eased up a little bit about 14 weeks or so, 15 weeks. And now it's kind of back. So I definitely don't have that second trimester energy that everyone talks about. So I have just been so fatigued. If you guys saw on my Instagram stories, by the way, go follow me on Instagram. It's just Mess of a Nest. But I've just been super fatigued lately, and it's just been not fun. If you guys saw my Instagram stories, I was like, got tagged in a what are you doing now thing, and I was like, I'm taking a nap. Taking a nap. Where's my energy at? But yeah, I've just been super fatigued, super tired, and just taking naps constantly still. So I'm not sure what that is about. I have no idea. It also could be established to my thyroid, so I have no idea. So another thing is I was getting a gushing bloody nose one day, and I have no idea why. Obviously with pregnancy you have more blood and all of that, and I've been having like bloody boogers and all of that, TMI, but I've just been getting like a bloody nose constantly, and like it just rushes down like an actual bloody nose. So I have no idea what that's about. It's been about 2 times this week or so. Whew. I'm hot. During these updates I can't have my air on because it's too noisy. What is that? Another thing is I am getting stretch marks on the back of my knees. I have never seen stretch marks on the back of my knees. I all of a sudden was just scratching the back of my knees one time and I was like, there's a stretch mark. And so I have never even heard of getting stretch marks on the back of your knees. So that should be really fun. Another thing is my hands are swelling and I've gotten visible veins. So usually in my hands, like right now, you can't really see my veins, but one day my fingers were like super swollen. You know when you just look at your hands or look at your face or whatever and you know what your face looks like, you know what your hands looks like? My hands were like swollen a little bit and they had like visible veins, and I've never had visible veins. This entire pregnancy I've been having like super visible veins. If you see this one going down my neck, that one's just like popping. I have some on my arms too. It's driving me crazy because every time I take a picture for Instagram I have to edit them out because they're just like an eyesore, to be honest. But yeah, I have just been having visible veins, and so one day there was just like visible veins in my hands. So another thing is my blood sugar dropped one day drastically. So my blood sugar gets really dangerously low. My blood sugar gets really dangerously low, and one day it was just super low and I just felt off. And if you've ever had that type of feeling where your blood sugar is just super low and you're shaking and everything like that, it's not fun. But yeah, I was shaking, I was hungry, and I was dizzy, and so nothing was making it go away. Even like eating every hour or so, it wasn't making it any better. That was not fun at all. I'm also starting to get nauseated. I'm not sure if this was contributed to the low blood sugar. It definitely could be because it was only that day. So I just started getting really nauseated one day. I actually took my nausea pill to make it go away, so definitely that worked. And then that was the only day that I was nauseated, so I definitely think my morning sickness is completely gone. Thank God. But I am also having lower back pain as well. I do have scoliosis. I've had scoliosis my entire life, and from Victoria's pregnancy, my back got really bad, just like obviously her hanging on me. Made my back really bad. And so this pregnancy is just, it's bad. I was cleaning all day and my back was just terrible. And so I literally couldn't even walk to the bathroom. Another thing is I am starting to get a hemorrhoid. I didn't have a single hemorrhoid with Victoria, whether her pregnancy, delivery, whatever. I didn't. However, this time I am definitely starting to. I am straining myself. There's tons of stuff going on down in that region, so it's just not fun. I did find a hemorrhoid. Now on to the more scary and serious side. I did have an appointment this week. So this appointment was my 16-week checkup, and it was more than just that. I had an ultrasound to check on my gallbladder because I haven't had an attack in literally almost 3 months. So it's just been kind of crazy and all of that. So I didn't have an attack, and I was wondering like what's going on with my gallbladder, because I know that pregnancy can bring gallstones out and bring on attacks, but for some reason it just hasn't. And I'm wondering if God is just like, I've given you enough this year, I'm gonna give you a break. That is what that's going on. So I did have an ultrasound on that, and I couldn't eat past midnight. I literally stayed up till midnight just so I could eat, but I didn't eat after like 10 or so. My ultrasound was at 10. I was so hungry. I was so thirsty, so I couldn't eat or drink anything after midnight because obviously they have to see your gallbladder. When we were having the ultrasound, she was like, okay, there's still gallstones in there. And then I was like, can we see the baby? She's like, of course. So we did see the baby. Baby is doing fantastic. As you guys know, I was really scared about that thing because I did bleed and go to urgent care one night, and I had no idea if baby was okay, but baby is okay. He is perfect. He is big. He is growing, and he is still a he. So yes, we are for sure having a boy. I have the ultrasound pictures right here. So if you guys can see this, that is his boy parts. But yeah, it wasn't great because he was curled up and he was just in a terrible position. He doesn't really like his mommy very much. But this is his arm. If you guys see that. Yesterday I posted a video, by the time this is going up, yesterday I posted a video about this entire ultrasound, and this entire ultrasound is in the video. So if you guys can see, he's curled up. So you can see him better this way. Crazy though, like it's so crazy. He's like so cute. Oh my gosh. I'll have to definitely find Victoria's ultrasound from the exact same time just to kind of compare them. But yeah, he's definitely a boy. So amazing. So now we can officially buy boy stuff. I'm really excited. So at the appointment after the ultrasound, I went to go get that cyst checked out. At first I thought it was my cervix, then I thought it was a cyst, and then I was like, I have no idea what that is. So I was like, I think I have a cyst, I want it drained, blah blah blah. And she goes down there and she looks and she goes, you don't have a cyst, I don't see a cyst. And so I pushed and she was like, oh, you have a uterine prolapse. Uterine prolapse. And she's like, we really can't do anything for that right now. It's all on me. So I have to do Kegels every single day, multiple times a day. She said every time you go to the bathroom, just do your Kegels afterwards, and because you're kind of thinking about the whole region. And so yeah, that thing is my cervix, and that thing is a stage 3 prolapse. It was about that far outside of me the other day before I went to my appointment. So yeah, so much fun. She also said that if it's not up by the time I deliver, I will definitely have to have surgery. So that's 2 surgeries next year, and I may or may not have a C-section. So if that thing isn't up there, then it's not gonna be good. I'm really scared. I asked her and I was like, you know, do I have to abstain from sex? And she was like, no, you don't have to abstain from sex. However, like, I'm scared to have sex. And it's really scary because obviously, like, my cervix is coming out of me. It's not fun. It's super scary, and like, I just don't want to deal with it, you know? Yeah. So that's what happened. And they did check the heartbeat, and it was in the 150s. 150s and 160s is where it's been this entire pregnancy. She also did say that I have to watch out for preterm labor. With my cervical prolapse, she was like, it's uterine cervical prolapse. And she was like, you know, we're gonna have to watch out for preterm labor. And so that's what I'm gonna have to deal with this pregnancy. And like, I'm really scared. When I had that bleeding, I was like, I'm not even 24 weeks. 24 weeks is the point where I have to hit to be absolutely fine to have my baby. And I don't want a premature baby. I really don't. I'm really scared about that. I don't want a NICU stay, and I don't want a C-section. I'm really scared of a C-section. I'm really just scared. It's not fun. And it's kind of just like a whole bottle of mess of emotions. I'm really just scared. After that, I was having indigestion. I've started getting indigestion this week, and it's been so crazy to where like I'll be puking in my mouth. So that's fun. But yeah, I've just been having some indigestion, and it's not fun at all. I don't remember having indigestion with Victoria, but this pregnancy is definitely different. So I'm actually getting my motivation back a little bit. The entire first trimester, I had no motivation to do anything, and now I'm getting my motivation back. I actually cleaned my entire house. There's still a little bit of a mess going on, but that's great that I'm actually getting my motivation back. But it's also causing me to be really sore at night, so it's not fun. I'm also having weird dreams that feel so real. The night after I went to my appointment, I actually had a dream. So I get texts on my phone when I have another appointment, just to kind of like remind me that I have an appointment at so-and-so day. And so I had a dream. It felt so real that I got a text from them that said, your appointment has been canceled. I literally, it felt so real that I had to go on the next morning to check out my messages to see if I actually got that message, because it felt so real. So it's crazy. I've just been having like really weird dreams like that. So also my cravings are Muddy Buddies. Muddy Buddies. Peanut M&Ms and chocolate chip cookies, along with the obviously orange chicken. So I am just having so many cravings this week. Seriously, airplane, I'm almost done. Okay, but anyway, I'm just having kind of weird cravings, and I actually haven't had super weird cravings this week, but yeah, that's kind of what I'm having. So I will back up and show you my 17-week belly. So this is my 17-week belly with the shirt down. So that is what my belly is looking like this week. From the front, from the other side. So yeah, that is what it's looking like this week. And now, measuring my belly. So I'm about 42.5 this week. So that's what it's looking like. Getting huge. So excited for this little grown boy. Love it. And yeah, I do have like a scratch right there. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you in my next one. Bye guys.
Maybe I shouldn't call you or leave a message at all. So I'll try to be patient, 'cause nothing's written on the wall.